Yes.
The one with the number in front of the X?
Oh.
That's what the next section
I don't
is.
think I ever did that.
You did. It's the section after that one, so I guarantee you did it. Probably just don't remember because it's just.
It was 2 years ago.
I don't remember what we did last year.
That's not what we did last week.
All right.
Yeah, last year.
Use the quadratic formula to solve the equation. So we're gonna have x squared minus 6x plus 7.
Is this gonna like take up a lot of space? Because I don't have a lot of space at the bottom of my page.
You might want to start. Well, I mean, it's like, for me, it's like 4 lines, 4 or 5 lines, but it just depends how you decide to do it.
You should have room there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be more than just this one problem
I know.
if that's what you're asking. So, all right. So, quadratic formula. If you don't know it already, because I don't know if you've actually learned it before. I don't know when they teach you that. 1, it's on the back wall. 2, there's a Schoolhouse Rock song
What?
that goes with it.
Can you find it and play for us tomorrow?
We can
Tomorrow's
try.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Can we watch it right now?
Oh my gosh, today's.
Yeah, when we're done, we can watch it because we won't get through all these today. We'll finish them on Monday. Anyways, but the algebra. I think I actually do teach this in Algebra 1. But anyways, I like chant it with them, and that helps them remember it. Because I used to take the poster down. Now I just leave it up because it's like whatever. Anyway, so you just have to figure out a way to remember it or look at the back wall. I don't really care. But anyway, so negative b. So the signs that are on the numbers have to stay with them. So negative b. So negative times negative 6 plus or minus the square root of b squared. So that's negative 6 squared. Minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 7, all divided by 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, I don't care if you write in the ones if they're there. You can just, like, not write them because obviously you're multiplying. Times 1, it's just whatever the number is, so. And, like, the number that's being squared, a lot of times I actually won't put the negative sign on the term that's being squared because it's going to come out positive either way. But if you just want to get in the habit of always doing it just to make sure you don't forget the signs elsewhere, you can always do that. So then out here, you've got positive 6. So 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared is 36. Minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 7 is 28. All over 2. So 6 plus or minus the square root of, what is that, 8?
60.
Over 2.
Or 8.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Okay. With the 8, I can rewrite that as 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 2 over 2. Now, common, well, I can cross out a 2 from this one. I'm going to show you after what you can't do. Okay? So, there's a 2 here. I can take out a 2 from here, and there's a 2 on the bottom. These are being added, so I can't just take a 2 from over here. It's got to come out of the whole thing. Okay? I'll show you in a second what I specifically mean. So, I'm going to take a 2 out. So, 2 times 3 plus or minus the square root of 2 all over 2. 2's cancel, which gives you 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. That didn't work. Okay?
Did you mean to not write that too?
Yes, because I factored it out.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. So let me let y'all get that written down, and I'm going to show you something. What?
Where'd 3 come
You took 2.
I took a 2 out of the 6.
from?
If I hypothetically had 6 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2, I can't just do this and say that this is 3 on top and that the 2 is gone because of this plus or minus. It's being added or subtracted. So you have to have it in both pieces on the top, take it out, then cancel it off the bottom.
So you would have to have another number in front of the
So that's why with this one, I had this 2 here and this 6 here. So I had to actually take a 2 out. I had to factor a 2 out. And then that's what gave me the 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. Then I could cancel my 2's to be left with 3 plus or minus the square root of 2.
as the 6 plus or minus 2 squared over
You
2,
would
then
just
that
leave
just
it
would
like
be the
that?
answer.
Yes, you'd have to just leave it here. The only other option, if you're just like freaking out because there's a 6 and a 2 and you feel like you have to cancel it, the only other thing that you can do is go 3 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. But that doesn't look as clean, but that's the only other way you can cancel something out. But this is like adding 2 fractions. So you've got a common denominator on the bottom, so you can't just like take it out of 1 because then it's not the same thing anymore. So that's why you can't do that. So
You get it?
I'm gonna get rid of all this just so it's not confusing.
I understand.
Yeah, so it wasn't confusing for me. I just put an X and put no by it.
No.
So I go back and be like, okay, don't
No,
do that.
don't do it. All right. We'll do 2 more today, and then that way I'll save one that's a little harder to do as a refresher on Monday, and then we'll do the stuff that goes with this chart on Monday. I will say, with the potential amount of snow that we're predicted to have, you may want to take pictures of the pages that go with this section, because they could theoretically say that we're having virtual school. If there's that much snow, I don't know. So if y'all want an extra book to just keep at home because of this whole back and forth thing, you can grab another one off the shelf if you don't already have to. If you want one to take home, I don't care. Just letting you know.
Like, even if it doesn't snow.
Yeah, I always if I have enough for people to have 2, I don't care if you have 2.
Yeah, I'll
I'll take that.
Just so you don't have to always carry it back and forth with you.
No, I've done that since the first day of school, so.
You always do it?
Wait, don't start it yet.
Pre-cal's the only, I literally don't have enough books in pre-cal for people to do that.
Oh.
I have one more
There's a
book
lot
than I
of
have
study.
students.
Oh.
You have one more.
And I only have that because Campbell,
You
2
can
years
have
ago, bought a book online so he would have one at home. So he didn't have to take his book home all the time.
Huh.
So, yeah. All right. This time I'm going to let y'all tell me what to put where.
Oh wait, Jacob said hi. I forgot to tell you.
Nice. I'm sure at the next family gathering, whenever that is, he'll be like, I know your student. All right. So what am I putting where?
So we gotta, place everything in the formula.
And also, I'm just going to say this, because there's a negative in the front of the formula, if the number's negative and you want to just go ahead and know that that becomes a positive and not write it, that's totally fine. So, I'm going to let y'all tell me what to put in the formula, because I know what the formula is, and I know where everything
Negative
goes.
16.
Okay, so that's going to become positive.
And then negative 16 squared. Well, under the square. And then minus 4 times 1 times 7.
What is all this
I forgot what the friggin' letters were.
Also, I will, if I hypothetically took the quadratic formula down and let you do it as a bonus point on your test, because I have done that before as well, I would check it for you. I'll check your formula for you, so just FYI. Sometimes I do that option. I yank it off the back wall and let y'all have the opportunity to get extra credit. So.
I was about to be like, you're just gonna leave it up there and just write it out.
Hey, you got it.
Wait. Easy extra credit.
All right, so you've got 16 plus or minus the square root of 16 squared is what?
Something.
A number.
16 plus or minus 4,
Squared.
56.
What?
Is it 556?
Not 5, but the 56 is right.
256?
256.
Oh.
Just 300 off. It's okay.
got the last two, right?
Square. Sorry,
Wait,
guys.
I'm gonna do this minus.
I got 2 thirds.
Are they still multiplying?
What's 256?
172.
Was
What?
minus
Oh, yeah, minus 20.
222. 224.
228?
Pretty sure 28 times 28, or 28 times 20. 28 plus 28, I'm pretty sure is 56.
Yeah.
So it's
It is.
So I think it's 228.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like.
Also, if you notice, like on this last problem, I like went down and then I like went across and then went down again. If y'all like want to, as long as you find like circle your final answer, I don't care if you go right to left and up and down and
You see the word, and then
you go like if you get here and then you're like, man, I don't want to take up so much space. I have all this space over here, and you want to be like, start a number here.
Right.
I used to do that all the time. If you actually look at my notebooks from high school, like my stuff's like all over the place. It's like he didn't check our homework, so it didn't matter.
Okay, so you can reduce the 228 in there
To what?
to something.
So 228 can be
2 and 114.
okay.
And then you can also reduce that.
Yeah, you can.
I was gonna go with like 4 and 57, but okay.
Well, I didn't know that was possible.
So, 2
So,
and 57.
Can we do
Okay, just
I
start
don't
over.
think
Just
go
start
to
I don't
over.
want to do this
57.
anymore.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Wait, no, that's it, right?
That's it. That's as
Yeah.
far as it can go.
Okay.
It wasn't that far.
So 16 plus or minus
Okay, that's awesome.
2 root 57 over 2.
So now we can do we can slash.
We can take a 2 out. So 8 plus or minus the square root of 57 over 2.
Do we have to write that step?
I would, because sometimes there's going to be stuff left. But, because sometimes you might have like a 4 on the bottom and a 2 on the top. So you
Right.
don't want to forget that, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
there's still an
8 plus or minus the square root of 57.
We didn't do it on.
Wait, isn't it equal 0? We don't have to do anything with that.
No, it's
Oh,
just there
this-
for.
It's just there for entertainment.
emphasis.
The equals 0 equals 0 shows that you're just solving it.
Oh, so that has to do with like this. So,
So-
it would be one real solution because it equals 0. Wait, or is that so? Oh, wait,
That's
no,
just what's
that's something
inside.
else.
So
Yeah.
do you not touch the 8
Well, it
inside
is
the
one real
parentheses?
solution.
Yeah.
You don't have to reduce the 8 or no?
You can't.
You can't.
That's it.
Class dismissed.
Alright, one more.
Ah.
5p squared minus 10p plus 24 equals 0.
I'm not flipping back.
What did you say?
What did you say? You're not
I
what?
want to flip back and forth or something.
Oh.
Well, I just hate explaining.
Alright, so negative times negative 10, so that's going to be positive 10 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's 10 squared, which if you want to go ahead and rewrite it, you can. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to save a step because this problem's going to be kind of like annoying. Minus 4 times a times c. Yeah, I'm not doing that in my head, so we're just going to write that one down. All over 2 times a, so this is going to be 2 times 5, which is 10.
Good for you.
Have fun.
Yeah. My head, no.
Well, 4 times 5 is 20, so 20 times 2, 24. 0, 8, so 280. No. I can't.
That's
Adding.
not.
Adding.
What was that?
480.
Cookie point.
I was like, that ain't right.
Why is it moved over?
Alright, so 10 plus or minus the square root of 100 minus 480 all over 10. 10 plus or minus the square root of negative 380 over 10. I need to break down 380 into something.
Don't like it, man.
Well, we gotta take out the I, right?
That is going to happen, yes.
And then we can also break it down. We can do
Break it down.
2.
No, absolutely not.
38
Absolutely not.
38 and 10.
Thank you.
You keep your 2 over there.
Why would you do
Absolutely
I
not.
think Josh is doing it on purpose.
No, I didn't realize you could take the 10 out. I didn't
It
look at it long
ends
enough.
in a 0.
You sure you want to be me off theta?
My brain always, well,
It has
it's
the longest little tree.
my brain always goes to 2. Like, no matter how big the number is.
I mean, it's
It is
foolproof.
But
It always goes
it
to
ends in
2.
5.
If it ends in a 0 or a 5, 5 or 10 also is foolproof. But you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
It just, my brain always goes to 2.
It ends
with
in a
everything.
5. Josh is still like 2.
2.
All right, so I can take out a 2, and I'm left with
2.5.
Nice.
What? Oh no.
19 times 5 is what?
Oh.
Times 5. 45. Carry that. 95.
Great.
Got
Great
it.
answer.
And don't forget the I. So 10 plus or minus I. Oh, wait. 2I. Root 95. That's
95.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Root 95?
I 95.
I always say
What'd you say? Oh my god.
Funny. Funny jokes.
Too soon with the snowstorm coming.
Too soon.
24 hours on the interstate.
Oh gosh.
Those people,
Wait.
that first snowstorm, those people were stuck on the interstate for 24 hours.
Like they slept?
I was like, that would have been a really bad time to have an electric car.
Or we head into the nobody heads to the gas station on the interstate. Never mind.
It's the interstate. They should have a gas station just in the middle of the interstate. Like,
Well, they wouldn't have been able to get there. That was the problem. There was nowhere that they could go. They were stuck.
I think my dad's friends had that problem, but they eventually got off and were able to go to a hotel for the night because they were stuck in traffic.
Some people ended up getting like an Uber on the other side of the road or something,
Oh
I
my
think,
God.
and just leaving their cars. There was a whole bunch of cars that just got abandoned.
Starting to like people.
I know.
It's like it snows like 2 inches. It's just like
so.
Also, you just took a 2 out of the top.
Yeah, I took a 2 out of
Okay.
the top. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm going to just cancel. I can cancel the 2 with the 10, leaving me a 5 on the bottom. That's why I said I wouldn't skip this step.
Oh, I got you.
So then on the top, I've got 5 plus or minus I root 95 over 5.
I don't know.
Again, don't look at this and tell me that your answer is that. No. Wrong. False information.
False
Fake
information.
news.
Conspiracy
Okay.
theory.
False prophet.
That does not work.
Blasphemy. That was loud.
That wasn't.
However, this is your final answer.
Just yelled blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
All right, so we'll finish. We'll do one more example like this on Monday. It's a little bit harder / longer, and then we'll do a couple examples of the stuff in the chart.
We got 6 minutes to watch Schoolhouse Rock.